What's going on, you guys? My name is Daniel and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing a quick video on my favorite cryptocurrency exchange in Canada. Recently, they just emailed, actually a couple hours ago, they emailed some news about some fee changes, which is actually better for the consumer out there. As well as I'm going to be sharing this interesting fact that I found out about the exchange that allowed me to buy Bitcoin at a significantly lower price than other Canadian exchanges. So to give you some context, I bought Bitcoin at around $36,000 per Bitcoin versus other exchanges, their lowest prices today were around $38,000 to $39,000. And at the lows for Coinsquare, you could actually have bought Bitcoin for around $35,000. So this is roughly about 10% cheaper than other exchanges. I'll show you the proof a little bit later on this video, as well as showing you the prices from other exchanges so that you know that I'm not lying. I think that if you can play it smart on Coinsquare and you like monitoring Bitcoin throughout the day, you could probably capture Bitcoin for a significantly lower price versus other exchanges out there. But this is not a guarantee. This is just my experience today, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. For those of you who've been following my journey since the beginning, you'll know that I usually talk about stock market investing. However, recently I got more interested in Bitcoin and Ethereum just because of the whole run-up. And you could say as a stock market investor, this doesn't sound like the most smartest thing. However, here's my reason as to why I'm getting back into Bitcoin, even though it's crossed its previous all-time highs and seems to present quite a bit of risk right now. Today, we actually saw Bitcoin drop from around $52,000 down to, as I said, $35,000 on Coinsquare, which is roughly a 30 to 40% drop. This is pretty dramatic, as not many companies see this one-day drop in their stock price, so you could say that this is a very risky investment. However, looking at the previous patterns in Bitcoin's charts, we can see that we just passed a halving period. And if we go back into history, we can see that every time Bitcoin halves, meaning that the reward for mining Bitcoin gets cut in half, the price skyrockets up. And I think this is because of supply and demand. The fact that the supply has just, or the generation of new supply has got cut in half, means that the price will go up because demand is probably remaining the same. However, when supply goes down and prices go up, there's also more interest in Bitcoin, meaning that demand also increases as well. So supply dropping and demand increasing, we see a huge price squeeze in Bitcoin. And that's what we've seen over the past couple of months, where Bitcoin has soared from around $5,000 per Bitcoin all the way up to the peaks of $52,000 per Bitcoin, which is basically a 10x. However, I do think there's still more room for Bitcoin to run, purely based off of Google Trends. And the screenshot on the screen right now, you can see that in 2017, Bitcoin had a lot of search interest, and that was right at the point where Bitcoin peaked, or just a little bit before. And right now, the search volume for Bitcoin has not yet reached its all-time highs of 2017 and 2018. I think we could go higher than that just because Bitcoin's larger right now, and I think that there's more eyeballs on Bitcoin as more news is going to be covering it. And if we look at the previous patterns of Bitcoin as well, we can see that the first time Bitcoin boomed, it rose about 400x, and then the next time it rose about 50x, and then the previous time that we just passed in 2017, it rose by 20x from its previous all-time highs. So we can see that there's a declining pattern in terms of how many x's it increases by. However, so far we've only seen about a 2x in Bitcoin's price, and that's in the USD price. So it went from around $20,000 USD to about $40,000 USD before coming back down recently. However, this pullback right now is fairly healthy in my opinion, and some people speculate it is that Bitcoin miners are actually selling off their reserve right now, so that's why we saw a big crash in Bitcoin's price recently. But I think Bitcoin can still recover from this, and this is just a temporary pullback. We can see that went from about a 50x to 20x, representing about a 60% decline. So right now, I think we might see another 60% decline in the number of x's, which will leave us at around a 4x increase in Bitcoin's price. So right now, that's what I'm banking on, and probably will be selling out slowly once Bitcoin hits 60K, but until then, I still will be buying in. So now let's go over to my computer so I can show you how I got Bitcoin for $36,000 so that you guys know that I'm not lying. So we're here on my Coinsquare account, and you can see that at 9:14 a.m. I bought Bitcoin about $1,000 worth for around $36,000 Canadian per Bitcoin. And if we go over to Coinsquare's charts, we can see on the advanced trade platform, we can see, if it loads, we can see that Bitcoin had a huge drop today. However, it recovered quite nicely, but you can see this candle wick actually dropped quite low. And if you look at the top left of the chart, it says $35,014.01 at its very lows. However, if we go over to Yahoo Finance, we can see that today its lows were around $39,000. And if we go on a Bitbuy site and just check out the Pro version, we can see that its lowest prices were around $38,000. However, in the top left here, you can see it says 30 or 29,500, but I can't see that anywhere on the chart, so I can't really take it that you could have bought Bitcoin for 29,500. Plus the highs it says was $44,000. However, you can see in the previous 24 hours, it was at around $48,000 Canadian. So this, I think right up here, might be representing the US prices or something. There's something probably wrong with Bitbuy's prices up at the top here. But the chart clearly shows that it didn't drop below 38,800. Also on TradingView here, you can see that the lows on TradingView was about 38,000 as well, which is pretty similar to Bitbuy. And then if we go over to Kraken here, we can see that their lows were around 37,500. So Coinsquare clearly was a winner today. If you're in Coinsquare, you could have bought Bitcoin for about $35,000. Another thing that happened on Coinsquare today is that there's 0% fees for Interact e-Transfer. So right now you can fund as little as $20 all the way to $10,000 and pay $0 in fees on all Interact e-Transfer deposits. And if we go over to Bitbuy, which is quoted the best Canadian exchange, you can see that they have a fee of 1.5% for an Interact e-Transfer to deposit in. And if you're doing a bank wire, it's 0.5%. Versus Coinsquare, it's actually free for wire transfers. However, usually a bank will charge you a fee, like TD charged me $50. So you can see here it's completely free. And if we go back to Interact e-Transfer, it's also free now. One thing right now for Coinsquare is that there are higher volumes for Interact e-Transfer just because of the latest news that they announced 0% fees for Interact e-Transfer. If you guys are interested in opening up a Coinsquare account today, there's links in the description down below, and you guys can get trading pretty much instantly with Interact e-Transfers once your account is approved. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. If you want to learn more about Bitcoin and what I think about Bitcoin, click on these videos right up here. If you're there, I'll see you there. If not, keep up the grind and have a great day.